Alright guys, welcome back to Survival Living here. So, our economy. Yeah, excuse me while I get that cord out of the way. That's for the lighting in here. Our economy. So guys, as you know, we have already had our Liberation Day. Massive tariffs put across everything. You know, I have concerns about this, and you know, I've talked about this before. You know, price of things are going to go up. And looking at this whole thing, this tariff business, guys, and I'm not an economist at all. I didn't go to economic school or was ever a bartender or anything like that. But looking at this, yeah, I made a joke. I can see what they're trying to do. The problem is, I worry about our country's not set up for it. Now, from my understanding, what they're trying to do is make sure that all these countries that are tariffing any of our products into their market, we get the same respect, all right? They're tariffing, charging extra for us to have our products over there, and they get to sell their products here to the American people without these extra, you know, tariffs, these extra fees. And the Trump administration wants to make it, hey, level the playing field. If you charge us, we're charging you. And that's where everyone's all in a tizzy over, and has my concern with our economy, because most things are not made in America. Most of the products that you get shipped to you, buy it on Amazon, Walmart, whatever store, is made in Mexico. China is usually the biggest one. All right, and I know the commenters are typing away right now, need to buy American, need to buy American. I completely agree with you, but this is my concern. We don't have the manufacturing industry here in America. Yeah, all that went away. They're in other countries. Most of our stuff is imported in. Now with the tariffs, my process thinking here, which is probably not the best, I believe what they're attempting to do is make the tariffs so expensive that the companies that left and are selling here in America but they're manufacturing in China, making it so they can't really afford to do that anymore, and they have to come back to America. That's a thought. And if that's true, we're bringing back business back here in America. We'll be manufacturing our steel mills. Everything will be starting to be created here again. And then we have American-made products again. If that's the case, awesome. If that's not the case, we're in for a hell of a ride the next few years. Seriously, it's going to be tough. I have seen the commenters that America will go through pain, must have faith, yada, yada, yada. I don't put faith in anybody. Not all. Not a man. Definitely not. Because that person making decisions for our country is not helping me pay my rent bill. Is not helping me pay my power bill, my water bill. Not helping me buy food for my family at all. My concern for the short term, guys, is the manufacturing we have here already. With these massive tariffs, let's take example, my line of work. All right, I work with steel. We build boats, tugboats, push boats, barges. I don't know exactly where the company I work for purchases that steel. I'm on the low end. I'm a ship fitter. Okay, I'm not in the office. I don't know. But throughout the years of working structural, welding, ironworking, fitting, most of the steel I saw came from Mexico and Canada. In over 20 years, I have never seen an I-beam or a plate. When I say plate, guys, it's a big ass plate of steel. I've never seen a stamp made in USA. So the price of my job for the final product that we produce, if these tariffs are in place, means that boat I'm building, there should be a pop-up there, the cost is going to cost a lot more to the consumer, because we got to pay extra for the steel due to tariffs. Now, Will the customer continue to say, you know what, okay, no problem? Or are they going to go, oh, you know what, I'm just going to hold off on that. And that boat we just built now gets pushed into the back of the yard looking for a new buyer. Yeah. So that's when I'm looking at these things, guys. I'm looking at all these different aspects. I'm not just talking about the people that go, well, you need to buy American. Again, it's like you're not thinking things through. You just take a slogan and run with it without actually getting your own thought process through the stuff. All right. Case in point. All right, let's go with something stupid here. These popsicle sticks that I use for the plants so I can mark what they are. I can get 200 at the $1.25 tree because they're not a dollar store anymore. For $1.25, I get 200 of these. Or I can go to Hobby Lobby, 200 of these for $7. And unfortunately, none of them are made in America. But I need these so I can label my plants better. If there's not a company in America manufacturing them, where am I going to get it? I'm going to make my own popsicle sticks? I don't have the time to do that. But that's just an example. Here's another example that I know all Americans have to deal with. Your vehicle breaks down. Doesn't matter if you get a new car, old car. As a mechanic, and I've done that for many years. First carburetor rebuild was when I was 12 years old. One barrel Rochester, by the way. You need brakes. You need rotors. You need hubs. You need something for your car to make it get back on the road. Most products, repair parts that you need, replacement parts, either OE or some knockoff brand, is made in Mexico, Taiwan, Canada, Korea, depends on the vehicle. And I'm talking Chevrolet too, guys. Ford, you're not seeing a part made in America for your vehicle. So when the tariffs go up, and it affects these as well, and you are to living paycheck to paycheck, because let's face it, the last administration was not very good for our economy whatsoever. They're too busy dealing with, I don't know what's below my pants, so I might be a robot. We're all hurting. And it's going to get a lot tougher. The only answer I have for you guys, I don't have no magic wand. I can't snap my finger, give you an idea that's going to make you rich. Because if that was the case, I'd be using that myself. Start growing your own food as much as possible. Buy what food you can now. Put in your rotational stock. Because when we see these prices increase massively and you're living paycheck to paycheck like the rest of us, you're going to see, we've already seen you go to the grocery store, what you used to be able to get for $200, now $200 fits in the front part of a shopping cart. One shopping cart. You know, we used to do weekly payday preps. Sometime I'd wait to the end of the month and just do a big haul. $200 worth of preps, canned goods and dry goods. I'd have 3 carts of food loaded out. $200 doesn't even fill up my one shopping cart now. Same foods. Learn to grow your own stuff, guys. Don't just buy seeds. I'm very serious about that because I see that and read that a lot. You know, you might see comments disappear on my channel. Most of the time, it's the platform itself. Sometimes I see the comments and I know it's false and I remove it. We had somebody talking about our potato plants and how they took potato peels, put it in the ground, and 2 weeks later they were eating fresh potatoes. Well, that's complete bullshit. You're not growing potatoes from potato peelings and eating potatoes 2 weeks later. As a matter of fact, when you plant these, you gotta let them all grow up. You let them die off. The plant will kill itself off, and now you can go harvest your potatoes. We're talking months. This is why I tell people, put food back. Because while you're growing, what are you eating if you didn't put no food back? Are you going to eat the leaves of the plants? I don't recommend doing that. Some you can, like lettuce. Absolutely, you can definitely eat the leaves off of this. That's what it's designed for. Kale. There's all kind of, and I'm not a kale fan. My wife loves it, but when you're hungry, you'll eat anything. All right, you will, unless it's going to cause some deathly ill reaction to you because you're deathly allergic to it or something like that. But you know, people like to nitpick what I say. I really don't care anymore. If you don't like it, there's plenty of people you can go listen to that tell you Trump 2024, yada yada yada, we're taking back America, rah! But they're probably not even paying their own damn bills, living in mama's basement. There is nothing wrong with being excited that our country is working towards building itself back, but it's not going to fix itself, and we the American people are going to be taking the beating on this. So when I say grow your own food, if you can, get ahead of those power bills, the water bills, rent payment. Get ahead, give yourself a cushion on it, because when the price of everything else goes up, it's going to be difficult, because odds are you're not going to get a raise at work to help combat inflation, the pricing. You're not. I know I'm not. Now I have to go and fight higher prices on everything with the wages from the prior. It don't work out. It's very difficult. I want to encourage you guys to push and prepare for this, because it ain't going away anytime soon. It's not going to just happen and everything's going to be okay here in a couple weeks. We all agree to everything and the economy is better. No, I foresee this dragging on for years. You know, I was really hoping that the economy was going to get a lot better off. That's what happened during Trump's last presidency. The economy was great. It really was. This move here, I understand, from my understanding, is designed to get those companies to come back here in America, which we need. But the normal American people that's required to shop and barely making ends meet are not prepared for this. The commenters I read, whoa, we all have to be ready for a little bit of pain, blah, blah, blah. You must be Rockefeller, because over 90% of Americans, well, maybe that's a heavy number, 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, because we just don't make enough, working 2 jobs. It's not because we live above our means. It's because the way and locations where we're at, the wages are set low. You know, back when I was doing a lot of food prep videos showing our canned goods and dry goods, I'd read the commenters all the time. Well, your food's really low price. That's crazy. Mine is blah, blah, blah. Must be nice. Our wage down here is very low as far as our hourly wage. Our cost of living down here is not. It's way up there. Because Florida, hey, what do you think about Florida? Tourist town, beaches. So the price of everything's expensive. Cost of living versus cost of wage means the only way to help out the people down here, they keep the food price down, because they know we don't make that much money. Compared to you're making, you know, $38 an hour driving a forklift, yeah, you better be ready to pay $3 for a can of green beans. Or me, I'm a ship fitter building ships. I only make $20 an hour. Yeah. Now, when I worked in the oil fields, oh yeah, I was doing really good. All right, times that by 2 and add some. But don't worry. You know, when they took away fracking from us and everything else, that hurt my trade right there. Gone. But I'm back into this type of work. So when I see the comments on that about must be nice, it's nice that I still have the drive to keep pushing myself. Yes, absolutely. Am I tired? Yeah, I am. But when I see those comments, must be nice. You know, I even had one, must be nice to have a greenhouse. My word, I saved up We bought the cheapest one on Amazon. I posted a link for people. I explained how I built this thing with the frame and everything. So the whole thing is $200. Put my time and effort building it, trying to help people design one, get one set up, and the comments I read, well, must be nice to have a greenhouse. Yeah, I guess someone just fucking gave it to me. Yeah. Must be nice to have a $27 inflatable pool. It is. It really is. It took me 3 hours to blow that thing up. Yeah. I don't have a compressor fitting. Would have been nice to have that. Anyway, guys, I'm fixing to get pissed off and rant and rave. So, we're going to stop that right there. Please, put food back. Work hard. Stay at it. Just because you got seeds does not mean you're prepared. You've got to start planting and learning the plants, learning the conditions. Like now, for our greenhouse, we're having to leave the doors open, windows open, because what was happening, I was creating a subtropical environment in here due to the water and the heat. The humidity was bad, and it was actually hurting my plants and was actually causing root rot. So what we did, we fixed the irrigation. We had changed our watering schedule. We got our fans that blow, and now the plants are looking great. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.